Hi, my name's Andrew. Thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to review the Ultimate Institutional Funds and Investor Database. And if you're looking to raise capital in 2025, this is a great resource for you. So the Ultimate Institutional Investor Database. So this is a rare database of institutional grade investors sourced from my exclusive database of over 400,000 global capital professionals. Now this is a database that's been created using 3 institutional databases. So for the first time ever, this powerful resource is available to help you access capital like never before. To be clear, this is the who's who in investment capital and fundraising. And now just a little bit about me. I'm Andrew, a fundraising consultant and capital sourcing advisor with 15 years of experience in high-value real estate and investment advisory roles across Canada, Dubai, and the Caribbean. Simply put, I help clients navigate fundraising with clarity, strategy, and targeted outreach. Now, over the past 3 years on Fiverr, I've assisted over 300 clients from tech startups to real estate groups with fundraising strategy, pitch deck refinement, investor outreach, and custom investor databases tailored to their sector, stage, and capital needs. And currently, I'm advising a US-based real estate group on a $50 million equity raise, coordinating strategy and outreach to investment banks, family investment offices, and private equity partners. And on the right-hand side, you can see a few of my Fiverr gigs. You get more information on my services by clicking the Fiverr link below. So the key database fields include contact names, titles, investor type, location, geographic preference, website, emails, sector specialization, investment strategy, and fund descriptions, and much more. So the top fund strategies in the database, this is top 3 strategies leading the demand areas. 1 is venture capital, so it's high growth potential in seed, early stage, and growth funding. 2, private equity and buyout, strong appetite for established businesses and leveraged deals. And 3rd, real estate. Real estate is a real key part of this database. So stable asset-backed opportunities across global and regional markets. I usually like to point out for the real estate ones because that's a lot of the clients that come to me. They are looking to dispose assets or present large opportunities, buildings, commercial assets. So there are a large amount of funds in this database that were raised primarily for that type of asset. Now we can take a look at the rest as well. They could be diversified alternatives, infrastructure, direct lending and private credit, special situations, secondaries, fund of funds and co-investment, natural resources and energy, and hybrid multi-strategy funds. Now, the database, you're going to see the database coming up in a bit, the Excel spreadsheet. So why target funds raised from 2022 to 2024? Well, the deployment cycle mainly. Most venture capital and private equity funds begin deploying capital 6 to 12 months post-close, meaning funds raised in 2022 and 2023 are actively investing in 2024 and 2026. Now we're sitting in the middle of 2025 here, so it's very good timing. Dry powder availability is the next one. So with typical 10-year funds, 4 to 5 year investment period, capital will remain available until 2027 and beyond. And thirdly, active window. So 2025 to 2028 is still prime time for outreach, as many of these deals are still allocating to new deals. So you do have a flow you can see on the right-hand side, the fund lifestyle chart. Regional nuances have to be taken into effect. For example, Middle East funds, typically family offices and sovereign-linked investors, often operate on more flexible timelines compared to traditional Western GP and LP structures. So this makes the 2022 to 2024 cohort of funds the strongest target for founders and groups seeking capital today. So this database has a really good life well into 2028. So who is this database suited for? Well, fund managers and startups seeking targeted capital raising, ideal for venture capitalists, private equity groups, real estate funds, and startups aiming to connect with qualified investors across the asset classes. Institutional fundraisers and placement agents, perfect for professionals managing institutional grade fundraising initiatives, including family offices, investment banks, hedge funds, pension funds, and infrastructure funds, requiring accurate, up-to-date investor contacts with detailed profiles. And lastly, business development and investor relations teams. So it's suitable for teams who need a comprehensive multi-sector database with rich contact data, for example, emails, fund descriptions, company info, to streamline outreach, personalize engagement, and accelerate deal sourcing efficiently. So let's take a look at the country and regional sectors. So Middle East capital is included, so you're also including mainly UAE, Dubai, and the GCC. USA funds, that's the largest individual grouping, over 130,000 emails in this group alone. Canada funds, Europe funds, so Europe mainly is going to be France, Germany, and Switzerland. China funds, UK funds, Hong Kong funds. Now, to be able to acquire a database of some of these smaller countries, you would need to subscribe to the entire database for some of those large database suppliers, where I make it a lot easier for you to pick up smaller sector databases. Singapore funds and India funds. So let's take a look at the database. Firstly, a key database disclosure. My extensive database library provides hundreds of thousands of global contacts, typically including profiles, emails, and websites, though not all details are complete. Primarily compiled and updated from 2021 to 2025, with most updates in the last 2 years, this corporate resource may include contacts whose roles have changed, and so it's designed as an excellent starting point for outreach. It's best leveraged and continually refined by organizations with dedicated data teams. This is not a database that you're going to spam people with. Again, there's over 270,000 emails, but it's really made for groups that want to streamline, hone in on the real key targets that they're after. I mean, I'm doing a search right now, and we've got 25 core targets out of the 99,000 funds. It takes a little bit of work to get to that, but that gives you a bit of an idea of the value of the database. This database comprises a blend of individuals and companies, each with distinct investment criteria and operating conditions, so there's no guarantee your approach will be favorably received. Note, this database is available to corporate or institutional grade groups only, no personal sales. Okay, first we're going to look at the master database so you can understand how I take that large database and create the smaller databases that could be segmented by country or sector. Now, we're going to start off with the fund database that has 99,000 funds. Now, keep in mind, this is a database that also includes some historical funds that go all the way back to 2017. But as mentioned earlier, we're going to concentrate on the funds from 2022 to 2024. So, we're on the top here, we have the name of the fund, we have the background, so you're going to get information of the fund that's going to give you a little bit of an idea. For example, just a random click, O1 Ventures, an early stage fund, and the fund makes investments in deep tech companies across Europe. So you're going to get that bit of information from the background. You're going to get the inception date, the asset class, so you could see it could be venture capital, it could be real estate, it could be private debt, strategy, what they could be looking at within that asset class. It could be early stage, it could be real estate core, for example, it could be growth, venture capital, whatever they should happen to be listing as their main strategy. Primary region, this is a global database, so of course you're going to have large areas that are going to be included. You're going to also know the status. Is it a closed? Are they raising? Is it first close, second close? You're going to get the fund size. You're going to get the fund manager, which is quite important because that's the main key contact that you're going to be making. You're going to look at the fund structure, the core industry. For example, you might have a group that's looking at energy and utilities, and then they could be looking at clean technology. So you're going to see some entries there that let you drill down a little further, especially when it comes to areas like real estate. You're looking at the data that was added, the legal structure in the region. So again, on the global database, you're going to get the city, country. You're also going to get the website, email, telephone number, and you're going to get more information regarding some of the key targets within the fund. So that's the master database that we use for creating all the smaller databases. Now let's go to the contacts within the master database. So you can see here in the bottom left-hand corner, 412,000 contacts. Now this includes other contacts that are outside of just the funds. So they don't come just from the fund universe. They come from real estate, they come from family offices, they come from infrastructure firms, private equity firms, you name it. So you're getting the name of the fund manager, the firm, you're getting the first and last name, you're getting the title, and you're also getting the asset class that they're responsible for. Now there could be 3 or 4 different investment contacts within one fund. For example, here you've got 4 or 5 of them. Some handle private equity, some handle venture capital, some handle private debt. So it really depends, and you're able to do a little bit of targeting for that. Now, This has 412,000 contacts, but it has around 277,000 emails. So what are you going to do if you don't have their email? That's quite simple. You just go to the name, copy it and paste it into LinkedIn, and you're going to usually find them there, and then you can make direct contacts. So you're going to get an opportunity to reach out to people on email, through the website, and also through LinkedIn if you want. So that's the contacts, and that covers the master database of where we start off with. Now, quickly, a little bit of information about pricing. So this is the major market pricing. This is the Middle East, USA, UK, Canada, Singapore, Hong Kong, India, Europe, and China. Now, these prices are basically my off-the-shelf prices. These are databases that I've already compiled for other groups. For example, if you look at the Middle East, this is the most comprehensive database of the Middle East. It's funds, 510 of them were launched between 2022 and 24. Fund managers of firms are 243. Investment professional contacts are 6,100, and there's 3,700 direct emails. So it comes with company emails and direct emails. Now, so if you look at some of the larger categories, for example, US, we've got 130,000 emails. You can look at the UK with 33,000 and so on. So the pricing really reflects what's part of the database and for the rarity. I will tell you that the Middle East is the rarest of the rare databases. You can't get these type of databases by scraping the internet, paying somebody on some of these platforms to do the work for you, because they pick up the good, the bad, and the ugly. Whereas this database is an updated database of key contacts, funds that are raised in the last 2 years, 3 years, and it's something that's really important if you're looking to do fundraising. Most people cannot buy access to the smaller categories of countries for like Singapore, Hong Kong, India without subscribing to a large database. This solves that problem for you because I've already taken these 3 databases, filtered them down, so that, for example, if you're looking for Middle East only, great, you can contact me for that, Canada, Singapore, and so on. Now, these are some custom-made databases if you need to reach out to people that might be in different countries. For example, if you have a starter, I have a starter package here, it's in between $75 and $149, and you can get between 10 and 100 funds. So it just really matters. It's perfect for startups, small raises, quick insights. Growth package, up to 250 funds, so it's a little bit more expanded with fund type, say, stage and sector. It's good for mid-sized projects needing a deeper pool. The Pro package, again, you're basically just getting more of the funds. You get up to 500, maybe a little more. You can get 2 or 3 countries involved in that, and comprehensive screening and segmentation. That's for serious fundraisers and advisors. Custom ones, that starts at a little over $1,000. It's a full regional data set, multi-country, multi-sector. I do more filtering for you, tailored databases with optional advisory add-ons. I can do pitch deck review with that. I can create the outreach templates and the strategy notes. And it could include, that's for institutional clients and detailed mapping. So you know who you are in those 4 areas. I've got a couple interesting premium refined databases here. These are ones that have already been worked on for a number of years. They don't really fall into the fund category. For example, a Family Investment Office for the USA 2025, we use that for multiple campaigns. It's got 690 contacts. You have to be really careful with the databases you get from suppliers of family investment offices, because they're always outdated, they're always misclassified. I've been working on this one for 3 years, and it started out, believe it or not, from a database bought from 3 suppliers, thousands and thousands of dollars, and it had over 5,000 contacts. I got it down to 690 reliable ones. So on that one, it's called, that's why it's refined, and it was updated in the last few months. USA 2024 Ultimate Seed Investor Database, that's the best database for people who are looking to raise, let's say, under $500,000. It's 570 seed capital and angel groups. It's refined, it's updated December 2024. And then I'll have a couple of fund managers databases. These are a little bit different. If you just want to reach out to general fund raising professionals, and you're not really raising funds, but it's more of a networking thing. We have a couple there. We've got the Fund Managers 1000, Investment Advisors, USA 2025 verified, 15,900 contacts. So both those lists are 595 because they serve different categories. I have another database which is really only for clients that hire me on a a special mandate to reach out to ultra high net worth investors in the Middle East. 9,400 contacts. It's refined. It's priced at 2,500, but it also includes some components that could be part of a retainer. For more information on my databases and fundraising services, click my Fiverr link below. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.